All right, so as a request, I was asked in the last video that I posted to see about printing multiple minifigures at the same time. So we're giving that an attempt. I've had to do a lot of troubleshooting. For some reason, it didn't want to move at all, like no matter what I did. It just did not want to work with me here. So yeah. I was also told to record in landscape mode, and as you can see, still haven't painted the kitchen. That'll happen eventually, maybe it won't, who knows. So we're gonna attempt to print 6 of these 28 millimeter little skeleton things, and we'll see how it goes. It is currently building the little raft thing, the base that it prints on. Just because there's so many, I'm gonna see if it'll help at all. I did also upgrade to a newer version of the Ultimaker Kira. Yeah, I think I like this one a little bit better. When I would zoom in and zoom out on the other one, it would always like put it way down here where I couldn't actually see it, and I feel like I have more control over the viewing of the models on this one. So it says it's gonna take about 4.5 hours. With this printer, I usually add about an hour and a half to that. So I will keep you up on the process of this. It seems to be doing okay so far. I just had to re-level it. Haven't touched it in a couple of days. And I did say in the last video that I wanted to try to push this thing to its ultimate limits and print something that took about 10-15 hours. This was the result of that. It took about 20 in total. Printed it in 3 pieces. This bottom piece took a couple of hours. It's a dice container. It's kind of hard to see that. I need to get like a tripod or something. Little dice container. Holds dice in the bottom. And the top. So I thought it was a dice tower. Not even mad about it. It screws on mostly. It doesn't, I don't expect it to be perfect to the millimeter on this thing just because of how cheap the printer was. But ultimately, like, this thing turned out really well, minus the threading, where the pieces go together. Like, there's not any really noticeable faults in this thing, so I'm entirely impressed. I turned the print speed down on this one just because it was such a long print. I wanted to make it the best quality, that way, you know, 15 hours later, 20 hours later, I wasn't disappointed by the quality of the print. So we'll check back up with this thing in about an hour or so. I'm gonna let it get the first few layers down, and then yeah, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, so this is where we're at. It looks okay. The thing is actually sticking to the build plate, so there is like some weird, looks like it's scraping a little bit here, but that's fine. We'll let it run. I also forgot, since I reloaded or downloaded a new version of the Kira program, I forgot to turn the supports off. This type of support was causing issues with things like this sword here, trying to take the support off, was breaking the arms off. We'll see how it goes. It might just be a good little test to see what's going on. But it's been running for, let's see, if we go here, it's been running for a little over an hour now. I'll check back in about another 2 or so hours, actually let it build some stuff, and then we'll go from there. All right, so it's been about another hour later. It's working on the little base plate pieces for the skeleton warrior things. As you can tell, the time jumped up. It went from 4 something to over 6 hours, and it's saying that it has about 4 hours left. This is why I always add that extra time. It's pretty late, so I'm just going to let it do its thing and hope that it doesn't just have a complete and utter meltdown. And I will check back with you when I wake up in the morning and see what happens. All right, so it finished the print of the skeleton goblin thingies. This is what I was talking about with the supports. Like, trying to get this off is gonna be a pain. There's all kinds of stringing. We'll see if I can't get some of this support off and salvage any of these, because like they didn't even support the parts that needed supporting. But I'll try to take these off and then I'll get back to you. All right, so I'm not even gonna mess with this thing, because when I try to take the supports off, it just kind of like breaks everything. They printed too small, and I kind of screwed up when I didn't change the support setting. I mean, it printed them all on the grid. I'm gonna try 4 this time, a little bit bigger, without the support going all over it. It should just build it like in between the things that are floating. So we'll see how that goes. This one says it's gonna take about 6-ish hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that going, and then I'll bring you back when it's time. And I just realized that this gives you a preview. So this is how the supports will work this time. I'm not sure how it's gonna handle their little staff thing, because on the other ones they were just breaking off, but we'll go from there and I'll bring you back. So I've got it, it's preheating, it's getting ready to start printing now. My major concern is that I'm not gonna have enough filament to finish this project. But I think it might just be enough. We'll see. I need to get more filament anyway. I guess I'll see you in about 6-7 hours, and we'll just see how this all turns out. So. And I did want to mention, while it's laying the foundation here, I'm just doing a voiceover for this, that I figured out why it wasn't sticking to the build plate. I've now got into the habit of leveling the thing every time I start a new print, because it was just starting to print way too high from the actual build plate. All right, we're back. There's some like weird stuff going on here. It's a lot of stringing. Some like weird protrusions here. This stuff, I'm not entirely sure what even happened. It looks like this guy's little staff got stuck to his face. I'm not sure that, I don't even know. God, this guy's leg, he just came completely unhinged. Yeah. Let me try to get this off of this thing here and go from there. Okay, there was a little bit of a success here. I think it's because either the filament was too hot or I didn't have the spacing correct. But these are also like really I don't know, it doesn't look the worst. Definitely could have came out a lot better. There's no way that I'm gonna get these little base plates off of the raft though, like this thing, unless I cut it. It's just kind of fused together. And there's just bits everywhere. Like this guy's got looks like his staff on his knee. Yeah, I have no idea. It probably is possible. It is user error. I'm gonna try to do just one of them and see how it turns out. But this is the product of trying to print multiple of them on one print. So thank you for suggesting that. And we'll keep learning.